I've been thinking about mass shootings lately, for obvious reasons. It's terrifying that in the America we currently inhabit, you could be killed in a mass shooting at any moment. But you know what's maybe even more scary? The fact that anybody could be the person that shoots you. Literally anybody. And that's because anybody can get guns in America. Literally anybody. There's no exceptions. If you've been trying to get guns in America and you don't have them yet, you should keep trying, because you'll definitely be able to get them. And now you're thinking, oh, come on. I bet you can't get guns in America if you're so crazy you want to have sex with a cartoon horse. That's actually already happened. 8 people died. You can look it up. It was in Indianapolis. Literally, anybody can get guns in America, no exceptions. What that means, among many other things, is that the person who shoots you could be somebody you know. And now you're thinking, not Giuseppe. Giuseppe wouldn't shoot me. I know Giuseppe. Giuseppe's not that kind of guy. Maybe you're right about Giuseppe. Maybe you're right about him. But do we ever really know what somebody is capable of until it actually happens? Consider this. Have you ever heard of somebody committing 2 mass shootings? Of course not. Because after the first one, they're either dead or in prison, right? This may be the land of the free, but you still only get to do 1 mass shooting. So, picture a mass shooter that you're familiar with. Doesn't matter which one. When that guy committed his crime, that was his first mass shooting. That may seem like a tediously obvious point, but here's where I'm going with it. Up until the day that crime was committed, that guy was on an unbelievable streak of not doing any mass shootings. His entire life, decades, no mass shootings. I bet the week before he committed his crime, he was out getting his mail, and one of his neighbors saw him at the mailbox and said to themselves, you know what I like about that guy? He's not a mass shooter. He hasn't even done 1 mass shooting. That's the kind of guy I like to have in my neighborhood. He had that streak going. In fact, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but if the shooter you're thinking of was older at the time he committed his crime than you are right now, he had a longer streak going than you do. And you're walking around like you're so great just because you haven't done a mass shooting, you and Giuseppe. And now you're thinking, well, wait a minute. If Giuseppe or I were going to commit a mass shooting, there would be warning signs. That's a good point. There's always warning signs. Have you ever noticed that the warning signs never actually prevent the shooting? Like, never? I mean, how is that even possible? It's almost like the shooting happens and then somebody goes in afterwards and like photoshops the warning signs in or something. Or maybe Americans just aren't into warning signs. Maybe warning signs don't do it for us. But I'm not actually trying to offend anybody. I certainly don't think that you're going to become a mass shooter, and Giuseppe is probably cool too. I'm just saying that if it could happen at any time, and literally anybody, including the guy that wants to have sex with the cartoon horse, could be the person that kills you, it's like there's no safe space. There's no place where you can go where you're not under that threat. So what's my point here? What's the takeaway? I guess never leave your house.